Record of 41 titles today because Lawrence will take on Angelo in the final. This afternoon, ABC Sports take you to Seville, Spain for final round action of the World Golf Championship. Spain took the lead Saturday. Sergio Garcia, Miguel Angel Jimenez, a combo 11 under 61 to pull one shot ahead of England. It's all coming up on ABC. So we saw Brad Angelo defeat Jason Couch in our first semifinal today. Ever wonder what Brad does to take his mind off bowling? Randy asks him that and more in this week's Miller Six Pack.
What is your favorite music?
I enjoy a lot of different types of music. I'm a big fan of contemporary Christian music. Stephen Curtis Chapman's my favorite.
What is the smartest thing you've ever done?
I would have to say 2.5 years ago, making the decision along with input from Michelle to join the tour. Without a doubt, I would have never expected that 2 years into this career of being on the PBA would have transformed into what it is transformed into already.
What is the one thing that you like to do that takes your mind completely off of bowling?
Golf. Nothing like a good round of golf.
Nothing like it. What is the best time of day for you?
Definitely, without a doubt, at the evening when I get the opportunity and the privilege to rock my son to sleep or my daughter to sleep, and then that hour and a half before Michelle and I finally get to sleep, you know, sharing the time with her.
As a child, what was your favorite toy?
Definitely bowling ball and bowling pins. My grandmother set up pins constantly when I was young for me. Lucy Hausman, she's not around anymore. She'd be really proud of what happened.
What is the greatest sports moment you've ever seen?
2004. My best friend, Tom Baker, kicking my butt on television and ultimately winning the PBA World Championship. Absolutely, it was. Every time I think about it, I get a big smile on my face for him.
This week's Miller High Life six-pack. Rick Lawrence has never lost on TV, bidding for a second career title. He's 5-0. First ever TV matchup with Angelo. The title match next. Lewis, Brad Angelo looks for his first career title. Rick Lawrence, a shocking win over Walter A. Williams Jr. in the other semifinal. Randy Peterson, let's check in with a Geico Direct Championship recap.
Thanks, Dave. Earlier in match one, it was Brad Angelo defeating Jason Couch by the score of 257-226. Angelo's last 7 strikes locked it up.
No questions there, baby. No questions there. Good luck, man. Great week.
Then in match number 2, it was Rick Lawrence defeating Walter Ray Williams Jr. by the score of 238-217. Lawrence parlays good breaks into victory, setting up a great championship match for the PBA BowlersParadise.com title.
And now we're the finalists. First to Rick Lawrence. You told us last night about trying to keep your nerves in check. You looked like you were pretty relaxed in that matchup. Can you keep the momentum going after the upset win over Walter Ray?
Well, looks are kind of deceiving. I was kind of shaking in my boots, but I feel good, and I'm going to concentrate and focus, and I think I can keep it going.
Best of luck to you.
All right, thanks.
Brad, how about concentration and focus? You had some trash talking going on with Jason in that semifinal. We're going to see more of that in the final here.
Well, that's all in fun. Most of the guys out here, when if there's any little way we can dig each other, we try to do the best we can. But I just wanted to be able to say thanks to Brunswick, Dexter, and Vice Grips for allowing me the privilege to be on their staff. Thanks, guys. On
the verge of your first win, what is going through your mind right now?
Oh, well, I won't worry about that for another 12, 13 shots.
I think he's ready to go, Randy. It sounds like it.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Brad Angelo's keys to victory is he must stay focused, stay in the moment, and make 10 quality shots. Rick Lawrence, he needs to stay down at the foul line. The shots that he pulled and went high, although getting the good breaks and striking, he needs to stay down, make good shots, and keep a good mindset. I also think it's very important, Dave, that Rick Lawrence keeps his ball speed up and the amount of loft.
felt, in speaking to him last night, that his ball selection and his layout was exactly tailored to the oil pattern all week. Do you agree?
I agree. I mean, he figured out a way to get the ball reaction that he's accustomed to, that he likes, that he feels comfortable with. I mean, that's half the battle out here. Once you get that look, the next step, obviously, is getting to the foul line consistently.
10-pin for Angelo. We had 10 strikes in the first match. Semi-final. An exciting win with lots of emotion over Jason Couch. With a spare ball. Number 10 goes down, leading us to the Baby Ruth Real Deal matchup, Mr. Peterson.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan. Average the big difference here. 7 pins a game higher for Mr. Angelo, but as we saw in the last match, you can basically just throw those numbers out. You never know what's going to happen with Rick Lawrence.
Red hot in the first match of the day on TV here. Looks for his first strike of the final. Has it.
Brad Angelo's got a little bit of room on the lanes. The first shot on the right lane was a little bit straighter up the lane. This ball gets out further to the right, but watch what it does when it comes back. Can you say shred the rack?
Rick did some rack shredding of his own. Semifinal number 2. And give credit to Rick for admitting I was a little nervous. Shaking my boots a bit there. Taking on the legendary Walter Ray Williams Jr. Big strike. Back in '99, Rick Lawrence won his only title in Wichita, Kansas. That's where we're headed. PBA Pepsi Open this year, Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 on the West Coast here on ESPN. Continuing live coverage of the PBA Tour. Tour stop number 5. We'll see who takes home the $40,000 first place prize. Tour exemption for next season as well. Perhaps Brad Angelo earns the auto exemption with his first ever title. Rick Lawrence has that in mind as well. Stays
Hey,
high.
hey. Rick Lawrence out of the gate with a 3-bagger. He's all over Brad Angelo like a bad habit. Watch this, a little shredding the rack of his own. Half pocket rip the rack. Oh, yeah.
Rick knows very well, as does his family. It was a tale of 2 seasons for him last year. After Toledo, Ohio, early in the year, he was 10th place on the points list, and things really fell apart for Rick. As we see the lane comparison with Brad Angelo. He's had trouble on this lane. Trying to change that. Does.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to see quite the trash talking in this match that you saw with Jason Couch. It's just not Rick Lawrence's nature. As you take a look at Brad Angelo's roommate, the World Open champion, or World Championship champion, Tom Baker. But in any event, it's a great strike. He's only down by 10. With another strike in the 4th frame, Brad Angelo can even this matchup.
Lost to Bakes. World Championship last year, 277-243 in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Tom, of course, went on to win it and earn that long exemption. What a story that was. 5 years. Look out through the nose. 3, 6, 7, 10 remain up for Angelo. Look out.
Take a look at this shot at how far left this ball is. Remember the last time on the left lane, that ball got out to like the 5th board. That ball was pulled. He doesn't get the good break. He leaves at 3, 6, 7, 10. He'll try to get this ball right of the 3-pin, throw it over into the 7. The ball will take out the 6-10.
6-pin count. That's it. First ball for Angelo. That can really be damaging. He was working on a double there. And Lawrence has the turkey to start off this match. Look out, 2 remain up. 3-7 remain up for Brad Angelo, an open frame, and he's suddenly down 28 pins. Can Rick Lawrence make history of his own? We'll find out.
The next frame.
Born in South Texas, spent much of his time as a young man near San Antonio. Kearney, Texas, about 30 miles from San Antonio, Texas. Speaking of the Lone Star State, Texans are in action, coming off tough losses to Denver and the Colts' first ever meeting with Green Bay. Brett Favre has been red hot. 4 touchdown tosses last week against the Vikes in that big win. In their 4-game win streak, the Packers, folks, averaging 36.2 points a game.
And they have that
tonight.
They have that really good quarterback, Brett Favre.
You've heard of him?
Yeah. Okay, it's Favre. I know that.
Rick Lawrence. Another big strike. Folks, this is a gentleman who left Texas for Shreveport, Louisiana. In his early 30s, he was working as a pipeline welder for a gas company. He was not a full-time bowler. He's now a carpenter in the off-season in the Dallas area. This is someone who has not made a Hall of Fame type career out of bowling, but he's on the verge.
There's something
That's how you throw it. Now let's go.
Something about pipe welder and gas company. I don't like the sound of that. But take a look at what Brad Angelo did on the left lane. This was the second frame. Now watch how much further left this ball is down the lane. It's about 6 boards left. That's what he has to avoid. Somewhere in between those last 2 shots, this ball will be dead flush perfect.
Breakdown through 5. Angelo works on a strike. That's high again. Wow, 3-4-7 this time, Randy.
Yeah, and it almost looks like what's happening on the left lane to Brad Angelo is because of the very first ball that he threw. It took its time getting back. It came in light, and the last 2 haven't even been close to that same spot down the lane.
Rick Lawrence, folks, an improbable, incredible victory is within his sights. Second open potentially for Angelo. Desperately needs to convert it. Will not. 4-7 up for Brad Angelo in his 6th career TV appearance with his wife Michelle, their children Dylan and Brielle. His mother-in-law Jody has come in from Southern California for the Thanksgiving holiday.
The winner of this match will knock out Hugh Miller and gain entry into the season-ending Tournament of Champions. Right now, Rick Lawrence is in the driver's seat. A strike here, he can take a 51-pin lead.
Wow. Can he do it?
And not even a reaction. This guy is serious. You may not like the way he bowls, but this guy can bowl. He's not here by accident.
And he's a heck of a carpenter in the Dallas area. Has worked with such PBA bowlers as Chris Barnes. Paul Fleming built a trophy case for Chris Barnes. He's about to put a trophy in his own trophy case here, Randy.
Yeah, he's on the way to adding another one to that lone victory back in '99 in Wichita.
Unbelievable. Looks for the turkey ball here. 3 straight. Puts him up 61.
What a beautiful shot. What a beautiful shot. You can tell as soon as he let it go, there's very little movement at the foul line, and that ball was high flush.
Gail, Matt, Kayla have got to be completely shocked, overwhelmed with joy at this moment to see Rick with this huge lead. Blowing Angelo out in the final. Brad finally strikes. But after the open, he opened at 2 of the 3 frames in the 4th and 6th with a strike in the 5th in a huge hole.
Right now, the best Angelo can shoot is 218. Rick Lawrence is shooting 239. He would need Rick Lawrence to have a major collapse for him to have any chance of winning this.
61-pin lead. And as Randy mentioned the maximums, look where Lawrence is, a potential 279. And this is painful history coming back to Brad Angelo from last year's TV appearances.
See that?
Double wood stays up for him there. The 2 and the 8. We talked about it last year. 6 games on TV. How about the opponents, Randy? Just blistering Brad. Almost a 250 average.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing is exactly what happened in the Reno Open last year against Mika Koivuniemi. Brad Angelo's lost his reaction on that lane. That shot there did not appear to be a bad shot. It looked like it was in the right spot, and it doesn't get up to the pocket.
Never easy to cover the double wood, but he does. He lost that match to Mika in Reno, Randy, 258 to 181. You lose the ball reaction, the worst possible time. Rick Lawrence was so confident coming in that he could predict the oil breakdown, and he's done it.
Right, and you know what? Here's the difference between a Brad Angelo type of reaction and a Rick Lawrence and Walter Ray type of reaction. When they start to lose the spot down the lane because they're going straight, they don't leave these wide open splits. They can make small adjustments to get back to the 1-2 or the 1-3 pocket, or 1-2 in Rick's case. Brad Angelo is certainly not the case because he's a high-powered player.
Shreds the rag. Whoa, is that flush? 60 feet to success for Rick Lawrence, a 71-pin lead, a 4-bagger.
Watch the reaction by Rick Lawrence like he can't believe what is about to happen to him today.
All he needs to do, folks, is keep on the lane here, and it's over. He'll wrap up his 2nd career title with his wife and 2 of his kids watching. 2 daughters back home in Texas have got to be in tears. How could they not be? To watch their dad take home the title. He has wrapped it up with a split. I don't think he'll care one iota about that. It's his 2nd career championship. The BowlersParadise.com Open champion from St. Louis. Improbable history, but history nonetheless for Rick Lawrence. He's a winner again.
Congratulations. Great job.
On the PBA Tour. I'm not sure Gail knew it was over, and then Dick Weber had a reminder, yes. In fact, he did wrap it up. You've got your title. Too little too late for Brad Angelo. 45-year-old from Salina, Texas, near Dallas.
How do you want me to move on this lane, or what should I do? Give me a hand, will you?
Help from anyone on the left lane.
This one is over.
What do I hear? Yeah, left-handed, no.
Brad's getting some suggestions, but the moment belongs to Rick Lawrence, who finished 69th at the ABC Masters. 39th in Chicago, 62nd in Cleveland. He's been nowhere near the top. It was an amazing story, Randy, last year that he even made the exempt field. He needed an incredible top 25 finish at the ABC Masters. The World Championship, rather, with a double points last year. He did that, made himself exempt. It's a slight miracle he's even here to be eligible for this title today.
Well, and I think the thing that's important is that once he got the exemption, he took advantage of it.
Thanks a lot, Rick.
Of course, he doesn't leave the blow at 7-10 until it doesn't matter. But you know what? This was Rick Lawrence's day. You could see it in the Walter Ray match when he went through the nose a couple of times and carried 2 key strikes. The writing was on the wall.
Well, we might want to record this moment coming up for the Miller High Life PBA Skills Challenge.
All right.
And still undefeated on television.
Incredible story. Six in a row on TV, and now a 2nd title. His family, joy all around. Rick Lawrence, a winner again on tour.
It's all about the game. When the stakes are high and it comes.
By Uniroyal Tires, the official tire of the PBA Tour. Uniroyal Tires, trusted by American families since 1892. And by BowlersParadise.com. Log on to BowlersParadise.com today and enter to win a free bowling ball. Undefeated on television, 6-0 his career, and now exempt for the next tour season. Rick Lawrence from near Dallas, Texas, a PBA champion again. You barely made the exempt field for this year after the great performance of the World Championship in Ypsilanti last season, Rick. Did you ever think this moment was possible?
Well, it was a goal of mine, but you know, it's just like this was a magical week, and we're not even in Kansas yet. And but everything just fell into place, and thank God and everything, and going to enjoy it.
With your family here, it was so emotional. How did you keep yourself together?
Well, about like it is right now.
Congratulations. It was fantastic to watch. A tremendous victory today for Rick Lawrence as he takes it over Brad Angelo in the final from St. Louis. Don't forget, next week we'll be in Wichita. That's where Rick Lawrence won last time in '99, the PBA Pepsi Open. For Randy Peterson, my partner, it's Dave Ryan saying so long. A special thanks to Dick Weber as well. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Jimmy V Women's Basketball Classic is coming up here on ESPN. So long. We'll see you next week from Wichita.